Alright, hello again, Internet. I have another dream for you today. Little tidbit that applies to the dream is that if you've ever heard of lucid dreaming, I can do that. Very often, I can control or manipulate aspects of my dreams when I need to, like if I'm in danger or something like that, like the building of my pillow fort, that was totally me in my other dream. And then most of the time, I'm also very aware that I am dreaming when I'm having a dream. And that's like the first step to being able to control your dreams, is when you're aware that you're dreaming during your dream. In this dream that I'll be telling you today, there's a little bit of risk to myself towards the end, which is where I kind of step in and am very aware of what's going on, and I'm trying to alter and change a few things. You'll just have to wait till it gets to that point. It'll explain itself for the most part. But it's very interesting, and I think some of you will find it very intriguing how this ends. Anyways, the way it starts is that I'm running over building rooftops, very Assassin's Creed parkour sort of style ninja sorcery that I can't do in real life worth a damn. But I'm doing it in the dream, so awesome. At least I have some sort of skills in my dreams that I don't in real life, besides getting myself into weird situations. So I jump down from one of the rooftops and I'm on like a balcony, and I go in through this balcony door, and now I'm in a really big like ballroom, and there's a staircase going down, the whole red carpet and everything, and then it's a big white marble room with like giant stone pillars, and it's pretty much empty, except all along the railing and throughout the room leading towards an exit on the far side are various outfits and accessories on hangers and mannequins in a row, like leading me somewhere. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So thrift store, great, got it. But attached to each one of the outfits is a photograph of a person wearing that outfit. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to assume those are dead people, and those were their, like, last outfits on, like, before they died, or whatever. I'm like, alright, great, a little bit creepy, but whatever. So I keep walking and looking at these pictures, and, now I'm making my way kind of, like, through another building and a room and a hallway, and now I, like, walk a little further, and I go through another house, and now I'm going down a hillside with some trees and a woodsy landscape, and it takes a kind of video game-esque turn where I feel like I'm on a mission to get somewhere, and then I have to go back somewhere after that. So as I'm going down this hill, I notice that all these outfits that are lined up are starting to kind of like shift and flutter a little bit, and I feel very negative, like, aura kind of starting in the air, like, oh, this is kind of eerie and creepy. And then it gets darker and windier, and now I hear thunder rolling, and I'm like, oh great, what's going on? So I get to the bottom of this hill, and there's like an outdoor amphitheater at the base, and there's this old guy standing in the middle, very like Buddha monk-esque person, or Gandalf even, maybe, more Gandalf-y. And I go up to him, and I'm like, okay, alright, what a trip, I'm here. And he's like, alright, now you need to go back, and you gotta hurry, because they're not happy about it. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And he, like, slaps an object in my hand, which I have zero time to look at, because A, it's dark, and B, all of a sudden, it's, like, full-on, like, nightmare storm, where it's, like, lightning, and rain, and wind, and, like, random pelts of hail. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting out of here, I am not dressed for this. So I start booking ass now, and now I can start hearing the howls of ghosts, and these outfits are flipping in the wind, and I'm just like, oh Jesus, what's going on? Oh, and it just so happens that now my car is there, so I hop in my car and I start to go, but now the ghosts are messing with my car. So I'm like, oh boy, I don't want to crash my car, because I absolutely love my car, like, to death. I would marry my car if I could. Collector cars are wonderful like that, just saying. Anyway, so I get out of my car and I'm like, you stay here, be safe, alright? And I start jogging, and then I see a bicycle and I'm like, yeah, let's try that. So I get on the bike, and my dream self is gonna try and pedal through leaves and sticks up a hill in a forest. And my real self is thinking, dream self, what the hell are you doing? Get off of the damn bike, you're better off walking. So I kind of like pull myself to it and I'm like, get off the damn bike. So I get off the bike and I chuck it to the curb because that wasn't helping. So I continue up this hill and these ghosts are not happy, so the outfits are flipping in the wind and they kind of like wrap around my arm and try and pull me back, and now all of a sudden this tree is falling in front of me and the wind is still howling, like pushing me back and not able to climb up this hill very well. And I'm like, I gotta get up the hill, I gotta get out of here. So I keep on keeping on, and I get up the hill, and I go through the house, and I go through the other house. All of the while, I have to apparently stay on this path of haunted outfits. I don't know why I have to stay on the path. Can't I just, like, 180 it and get out of town? But no, I apparently have to go along this very specific path. So I'm heading up this hill and through the buildings, and I get back to the big ballroom place with the white marble and the red carpet. And I'm like, oh, shit, it's not just hangers and clothes now. There are mannequins with the outfits on them. And I'm like, mm-mm. And they start to move because the ghosts are, like, manipulating the joints of these mannequins. So these mannequins are, like, hobbling at me. Ones that are just torsos are, like, using their arms. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna run now. So I start running at the staircase. And there's one specific mannequin that has its legs. So I'm like, shit. So it's starting to really slowly hobble at me, and I'm like, alright, I can probably outrun this thing. So I'm going up this really giant-ass staircase, so I'm getting exhausted. And I get to the top of it, and he's kind of like halfway up the steps. And I get to the door, and now it's locked. So I'm like, okay. So I'm jimmying with this thing, and it's like a screen door and like a big door, so I'm like working with it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is taking forever, and I'm looking back to see where this mannequin's at, and it's getting closer, and I'm like, oh boy, alright, and I get the lock undone just as he's like getting to the top of the stairs, and I'm like, okay, if I run, he's probably gonna catch up to me at this point. He's getting faster, and he's figuring how to walk a little better, and I'm like, alright, strategic maneuvers. So my dream self is like, let's kick him down the hill, or like the stairs, I should say. And, so I'm like, okay. So I'm braced and I'm ready to, like, kick this guy down the stairs. But then my real mind is like, Adina, don't be mean all of a sudden. You don't know what these ghosts want. What if they just want peace? What if it's a friendly ghost? Well, the ghost gets to the top of the stairs. Wishful thinking, of course. And so I'm there and I'm like, okay, and the mannequin stops, and I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, hi? Just like that, because I'm not sure what it wants with me, so at this point, it's a very, please don't kill me, hi. And the mannequin just tilts its head, literally, tilts its head, all creepy, no face, no eyes, just the shape of a face. And then, it should be noted, it has legs, an arm, and then the arm over here is just a stub. It's got, like, wires protruding out at where the elbow and the rest of the arm would be. It's just a stump like this and wires. And it kind of raises its arm and wiggles it a little, and I'm like, oh, it's waving at me, how nice. And I'm like, haha, okay, maybe it's not gonna kill me. And then it points its stub at my face, and I'm like, uh-oh. And then a white, clear liquid, shoots over my face and everything, and I'm like, water? And it wasn't water, because in my dream, I start to feel my skin melting off of my face. It's like an acid, and I'm like, oh shit, oh my god, no. So, I feel my dream self dying, and this is where it gets really interesting and weird. So since at this point, I was kind of controlling aspects of my dream, there's like two separate me's. There's my dream self and then my real consciousness, more or less. And so my dream self is kind of independent of my mind in a way. So my dream self starts like writhing in pain and agony, And I'm standing here, my real consciousness isn't feeling the pain, it's just experiencing it secondhand, more or less. So my consciousness is standing there just kind of like, oh, I don't like what's going on. And my dream self is like, ah, oh my god! And it's melting, so my body, my dream self, starts to collapse. But my consciousness me stays standing. So it's almost as if my body drops off of my soul to the ground. So I look down, and I see my body in a little lump of melted me, because acid, and my soul is standing with my body pooled around my feet because I'm like kind of ghosty, so my like limbs are like through me. So I'm just kind of standing in a pool of myself, and I'm like, oh, well that was strange. And now at this point, I don't know if the ghost mannequin knows that my soul is there or not, or if it just thinks, okay, I got rid of her, great. Because now it doesn't give a fuck about me anymore. It just turns around and starts lumbering back down the stairs while my dead body is at my feet and my soul standing here like, what the fuck just happened? Anyways, so I'm standing there with dead me at my feet, and I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to wake up when I died. Not sure really what's going on. So my dream me is a little bit like, it'd be kind of cool. Like, I always loved Alice in Wonderland, so I'm like, I should just chill out here for a while. Not that, you know, ghosts are exactly friendly with me here, but hey, it'd be kind of cool. Anyway, so I'm like, I could wander around here for pretty much ever if I wanted to. And then this weird whispering in the back of my head, like my conscience is like, don't stay here. You need to go. If you stay too long, you will never be able to return. And I'm like, okay, so I should probably wake up now. I thought that in my head, and as I thought that, whoosh, I woke up. Whoa, yeah, I know, that's a lot. It's a heavy dream. And I'm starting to wonder if when I woke up, if I happened to be like laying in a way that I wasn't able to breathe, and maybe that's why I needed to wake up, because if I didn't, I'd have died. I don't know. Either way, it was a very interesting, spooky, crazy dream in which I died but didn't wake up, and I could have probably, maybe died if I didn't let myself wake up from that. Alright, so anyways, that was my dream. I'm running out of recording time, so I'm going to end it there. I have more dreams. I won't be able to go on indefinitely unless I keep having crazy dreams. But anyways, so thanks for joining me. Subscribe if you really like my videos. It's a great support. I also ice skate and do other things. Maybe I'll start doing some art tutorials. So, let me know what you guys want to see for content. I'm kind of a Jill of all trades. Alright,